Hey, our church family, this is Matt. In a couple minutes, Pastor Allen's going to share a brief message for us as a church. Facebook's going to be one of the best ways to keep in touch with what's going on. We also will have arc.info with up-to-date information, but those are the best two locations to go on. Pastor Allen will share a message for the church, and then I'm going to ask him a couple questions that you might be having, and he'll answer those as well. If you have questions, you can always direct message us on Facebook. Our offices for right now are still going to be open during the week, so you can call us at the front office as well, and we can answer as many questions as you might have. Information's changing pretty quick on this, so you want to stay in touch with what's happening, and we're going to try to keep you as informed as possible. Again, we're giving you a couple minutes for everybody to jump on this live stream so that we can get this information out as fast as possible. This video will be available after this live stream so that you can share it, see it on Facebook. We'll post it on YouTube as well, and let everybody know what's happening. It's a very, very interesting time, and we want to keep you as informed as possible and take care of our church family. Without further ado, Pastor Allen.
Thank you, Matt. Hey, Ark Church. This morning we woke up with a big desire to have church. In fact, we were planning on having all three services this Sunday. We were ready to go. But this afternoon, County Judge Mark Keogh made a disaster declaration. And in that, he asked all private institutions, if they were having meetings over 250, to he urged them, please suspend those. All public institutions, he immediately stopped everything over 250 people. So technically we're private. And so we really had a choice here. And really it was a tough decision for us. I mean, what's best for us versus what's best for the community. So we made the call on this. You know, one of our values is here to bless. So really we had to think about what is going to be best for our overall community. This thing has scared a lot of people, and it's causing a lot of unrest, a lot of disruption. So we're thinking, what's going to be best for our community that we live in? So sometimes here to bless has teeth in it. We have chosen to suspend all services and classes until further notice. Now we'll be updating this regularly. We'll be having a lot of communication with you. But we really thought for the best of the people here. We have a population base. We have many people that are 65 and older. We have young people. We have people from all walks of life, all areas. We really thought what's going to be best for them. And so this was our call. Didn't want to do it, but we realized it's the best to be safe. Last night we had service, and we had one of our volunteers, a great volunteer, and she texted us and she said, I'm scared. I'm in my 60s. She said, this thing has scared me. I'm not coming in tonight. And so we even thought about our volunteers. We didn't want to put pressure on them to have to come in and work and be afraid. So again, we have suspended, but it does not mean that we're going to leave your life. So Sunday morning, we'll be doing a special message. We're going to be doing that. That'll be during what, Matt? That'll be during church hours, right? It'll roll during church hours, and so I'll be doing a special message. I'm probably going to talk about some ways that we can deal with fear, because this has caused a lot of fear in our nation, in our community. But God hasn't given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So we're going to talk about that, and that'll be Sunday. Going forward, we're going to plan on live streaming the following Sunday. So we'll do a service live. We're going to have our worship music as a part of that, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday. Of course, we're hoping this thing ends quickly, but we're making plans to provide good content for you. We're going to be able to post our Wednesday services. We're going to even have some good information for our children and have some videos for them. Herman and Rusty, I think you're doing that, Matt, is that correct? Some teaching videos. So you'll have content for your kids. So if you wake up Sunday, we're going to have some ways that you can still have church. Now, I'm a big believer in being here in church, but if you can't be here, I really believe we can provide second best for you until we get through this thing. And we are going to get through this thing. I really believe that that's going to be something that we're going to continue to profess, that God's going to help us, and we're going to come out of this thing stronger than ever. So once again, stay in touch with us. If you'll ARC Info, Facebook, we'll be sending out emails, so we will communicate. We'll do everything we can to communicate well. So again, services and classes have been suspended starting immediately. Now, our office staff will still be in the office during regular office hours. So if you need to contact us, we're still going to be working. We're just not going to be having services until hopefully this thing is over with soon. Matt, you had some questions for me?
We talk about how do we have faith during this time as a person who's maybe afraid? What would be your suggestions for that? How do I handle this in faith?
That's a great question. I think one of the things that comes to mind is you don't have to read everything that they post about the coronavirus, and if you'll kind of limit the input, because I'm seeing all kinds of stories about how bad and what it does. That's not going to help you. We know it's out there. We know how to stay avoiding it. We know how to stay clean. We know how to do everything we can. I have always, since the beginning, have been suggesting Psalms 91. And Psalms 91 just has some great verses in it. And you can read those out loud. I love the verse that said, He shall cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you shall take refuge. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. You shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the arrow that flies by day, nor of the pestilence that walks in darkness. So we're still going to believe and contend that God's going to help us. And that's what needs to come from you. Not how afraid, but we just believe that the Lord is going to help us. What other questions? Yeah.
When I was going through a difficult time, and you said I need to put the shield of faith. I remember that really helped me out during that time. Could you talk about what a shield of faith someone could put up during this time?
Yeah, I'll give you just like the Cliff Notes version of that, but a lot of that's going to be, what are you thinking about? What are you talking about? And so oftentimes when people are thinking about a shield of faith, they're just simply, they think, I don't know how to do that. But you can begin to take God's word, His scriptures, and begin to speak those over your life. So I always encourage people, don't speak your fears, speak what you believe. We believe God's going to help us. We believe God is going to help us come through that. And while I'm on that subject, let me talk about this. Some people are going to look at us as a church and go, well, aren't you people of faith? Aren't you? Shouldn't you be having services regardless of what the government says? I want to emphasize there that we do believe, and we do have faith, and we believe that God's going to help us. We believe He's going to protect us. We believe we're going to come through this. That's where our faith is. But we also have to consider other people and the people who are involved in coming in the church and working in line with our government. So the Bible said we don't have a spirit of fear, but a power and love and a sound mind. Don't forget that sound mind part. We still need to think soundly and think wisely. What other questions?
If I want to put in a prayer request, we're going to do that.
I'm thinking ARC Info and website maybe. Or those are two best. I'm thinking those would be our two best. So yeah, we'll still be taking prayer requests. We're still going to be praying. Trust me. In fact, we're going to be praying more than we normally are. So, what else?
Where can I find our church services and the live stream?
We're going to find our church services live stream. YouTube, Instagram, ARC Info, website, Facebook. Yeah, Facebook or Facebook Live. Yeah. What else we got? Any other questions that you can think of? Guys, we love you. We are praying for you. We're believing with you. We are going to make it through this. Stay tuned. We're going to have some interesting services coming up just for you. But don't forget, we're here for you. God bless.